James is a mixed traffic engine. He can pull both freight cars and coaches. He is proud of his smart red paint, and so is his driver. One morning, James whistled loudly at the other engines, replied Thomas. Added Percy, replied James. James huffed away. Later, he was still boasting. Snorted Gordon. James was only making this up, but Gordon believed him. Thomas was shunting shiny new coaches. Asked James hopefully. But James was going to play a trick on the other engines. Asked Thomas. Said his driver. So when James's driver returned, James was coupled to the coaches and he puffed away. Thomas returned with the freight cars, and a few minutes later, Gordon arrived. Thomas told him about James. Gordon was very cross, and so was his driver. Meanwhile, James was enjoying himself enormously. He chuffed. Then he saw Sir Topham Hatt. The other engines teased James. Said Gordon. Replied Henry. James felt sad. Next morning he went back to work. Said Thomas. Said James. Replied Thomas kindly. James set off to the harbor with his train of freight cars. He bustled about all day, pushing and pulling them into place. Said his driver at last. Replied James's driver. Then he whispered to James. James was most impressed. He steamed along the line as smoothly and quickly as he could. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting on the platform, and the railway inspector greeted him warmly.